tough for me to remember. I'm trying to take notes and stuff. Like, I don't really want to be doing that during the games. You know, I just like to watch the games. And a big reason why I don't want to do one of those, like, live watch-along things is, you know, I got kids, and I like to just have my kids in the room watching with me and stuff. Even if they're just kind of playing or watching something else on their phones or on another TV even. They're always checking in on the score and seeing what's going on. They love to see the goals after they go in. They come over and check it out and stuff, so... Like, as much as it'd be cool to do a live stream, watch along with you guys. Sometimes I do it for the late ones, because they're already in bed, right? As much as it'd be cool to kind of do that stuff with you guys, like, I just don't expect that from a channel like me, man. I enjoy watching with my kids, so, you know. I don't even think you could pay me to do that, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Because, like, what if they go on a run and, like, they win a cup? Like, I gotta share that moment with the public over my own kids? You know what I mean? I don't think so. That's not the kind of thing I want to be doing, but... Hey, it's for some people, right? If I didn't have kids, I'd be watching every one of these things with you guys live. I don't care, right? Well, part of thinking of the future is inspiring the future. And if you're a franchise that shows support for a guy like Keith Yandle, you know, who's got a real special thing going on, then it makes them feel motivated that, like, every single time they gotta keep going. Because, like, hey, we gotta get Keith there, man. We gotta get him as far as he can go. I mean, is he that bad? I haven't seen much of him play, but he can't be that bad if he's got that many games still going. I don't know anybody who's played that many consecutive games, or I should say, like, anything close to it, and we're absolute pylons out there. They're not always necessarily the highlight goal scorers and stuff like that, but there's no way he was that bad, was he? Come on. Come on. I know Kessel's got a nice streak going, right? Kessel's got a nice streak going, but unfortunately, I'm just like... he doesn't really play very tough. Like, and I don't mean like throwing body checks and stuff, but he really avoids getting hit. And will sacrifice his own play at times. At least he used to. I haven't seen him in years, but you know what I mean? He used to sacrifice his own positive playmaking to avoid a hit because, you know, he didn't want to take one. And then you wonder why he's got an Iron Man streak going on. I don't know, right? So, but certainly Kessel, to go as long as he has, he's doing something right. So, just like Yandle, I'm sure. Poor guy. You feel bad when your team just ends your streak for you like that. No injury, no sickness, nothing. It's disappointing, man. It's disappointing. Gritty is the only thing that it's not Florida, that the Flyers got left, man. Gritty is the only thing Philadelphia's got left. Who they got? Giroux's gone, right? Hartnell's gone from back in the day. He was a good guy to watch on Philly. Simmons is gone. Is it any coincidence, though? Like, is it a coincidence that Mrazek is now out for 6 weeks, and the very next game, Campbell gets to come back? Like, he's finally cleared? Like, you know what I mean? Are we sure that Campbell's completely healed? You know what I mean? Or is he rushing back another injury because the Leafs are screwed on goalies again? I don't know. That's an interesting one. Dig deep. Find your theories. Get back to me. All right? You guys always let me know what's going on. You find the links from TSN and stuff like that tells me all this stuff. So, but yeah, man. Campbell and Mikheyev. Yeah, we gotta love Mikheyev, man. You can tell he felt a little overconfident at one point tonight. At one point, Mikheyev is streaking in, and I swear he's got a nice pass lined up. He totally could do it. But he tries to shake the coverage with a little dipsy doodle, like lean back with the puck kind of thing. And it just went too far back behind him, and he couldn't reach it, you know? And it's like, you know he's only doing that because he's had the hot hands lately, and he's like, let me see if I can push it, right? And that's good. That's what players should do once in a while. They should push their limits. Attempt something they're not comfortable attempting, because you never know. With enough practice, you will get comfortable doing it. So, I commend him for trying, but you know he's only trying that because Mikheyev's had the hot hands lately. So, I respect him for it. It was fun. It was fun to watch. Maybe they give Shalgren the next game against Tampa. Why not? You get Tampa and Florida back-to-back, man. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? That's two solid teams back-to-back. So it's not like you can strategically put one goalie in one spot and one goalie in the other spot. They're both games you need to win, and they're games against very talented teams. You know? The Leafs, best season for points. They got 107 points, and it was back in 2017, 2018, I think. There's a little bit of free trivia for you there. 107 points. I forget where they're at right now, but they're basically on pace for getting that. They might break their all-time record for points, a record previously set by some of these Leafs, I'm pretty sure. All right, I'm pretty sure that was the first year Matthews Marner and stuff came into the league, so you know what I mean? And they're still battling for a third spot, you know, because Bruins are right on their heels from the wild card. So third, second spot, whatever. It's so tight, top 4 in the Atlantic. They might set a record for points and still not win the division. Like, it's just crazy, guys. And I'm not blaming it for anything. I enjoy that. That's why if the Leafs do lose, I'm like, so what? We're in one of the toughest divisions in hockey right now. I love it. Bring on that challenge, right? Because it means if you can get through the East and get yourself to a cup final, oh boy, now we're talking, right? Mikey T, hello. Hall should have been traded. Why? He had some defensive plays tonight, man. Huh? Did you know that? I don't know about after tonight, okay? After tonight, I would guess he's probably a plus 12. I think he's a plus 12 after tonight. You can look it up and check if you want. Do you realize that's 5th on the team? 5th on the team, man. Plus minus for a defenseman like that. He's doing something right. You know what I mean? A plus 12 guy, you know what I mean? And, you know, Matthews at one point was what, a plus 1 or 2 or something, maybe a plus 6 or something like that. Back when people were like, oh, does that mean he's a bad player? And I just kept saying that no, what it means is he's having a closer ratio to good things and bad things happening. It's much closer for him. Lately, it hasn't been. Lately, he's been getting a lot more success without a lot of bad stuff happening to him. He's crept up to a plus 11 now, Austin Matthews. So it shows you can, in fact, be a high goal scorer in the NHL, 50 plus goals or whatever, 50 goals, and still come away with a decent plus minus. You don't have to be a minus 4 or 5 because, oh, you're out on the ice all the time. Like, if you do the right things, you won't be a minus. Okay? He's not coughing up the puck as much as people think, man. I'm telling you. Now, he is taking some unnecessary penalties. That's the price of doing business on defense. They're not like forwards, man. Defense, you always need to be trying to get an edge. A physical edge on your opponents. Sometimes they get it pushed too far. You know, they push that line too far and they take an idiotic penalty. Other times, it's borderline and a lot of refs would let it go. Like the one he got tonight, for example. I swear, the interference call. I'm not saying it's egregious. It's one that could be called. But a lot of refs in the league today would not have called that. So it's unfortunate that he gets one for it. And then it makes him look bad. But it's like, defensemen are doing that all the time, man. You know, nudging up as they're getting closer to the net. The guy fell. The guy fell over, so it's more noticeable, right? It makes it look like he hit him or something like that. And maybe did give him a little shot or whatever. But like, again, you know what I mean? That's just the price of doing business on defense. You take some penalties like that. Now, at least it didn't go against us in the long run, right? So if it didn't go against us, then we can't really complain about it, you know? And he's been pretty instrumental in a lot of defensive plays as of late. So, you know, maybe it's Muzzin not being a good partner for him. I think he's done a lot better without Muzzin. Now, I'm not saying that means Muzzin sucks. But sometimes you got two guys who have different skill sets, different ways of thinking, and they do great on defense with other people that are like-minded. But when they're together, it's bad news bears, okay? So maybe it's a situation where Muzzin and Hall don't work well together. So it's better for them to be apart. Now, it's, you know, Muzzin's injured and stuff. But when he comes back, maybe we don't put him with Hall again. You know, maybe you don't do that. Maybe you figure out some other way to use him. So, I'm just saying, I don't think he's as bad as people think, man. And I used to think it too. I used to think he was the worst player on the Leafs. Now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, man. Let go of your bias. Okay, I had to. You try it. Try it and see if you can start seeing the positives. They're there, man. Again, Jacob, I'm telling you, man, I think you notice the flaws in his game because you're looking for the flaws in his game. Start trying to look for the positives in his game, and you will find them, all right? They're smaller, they're less obvious, but they're more consistent. He makes a lot more right decisions than wrong decisions, Hall does, okay? It's just that, you know, when something goes wrong and that's all you're looking at, that's all you're going to find, right? And believe me, I fell for it too. I kept seeing the highlight reels come up on like the sports shows and stuff. I'd see the fans grabbing clips of it and throwing it online. Trust me, when they were looking for the turnovers and the bad penalties and stuff, they could find them. But they weren't noticing a bunch of the other things that he can do. What are positives of his game? Good question. This is honestly a good question, right? I'm going to really look out for them and reevaluate, and we can talk about it again after the next game. First of all, thank you. That is a very gentlemanly, responsible way. That's a bad word. I don't know. Respectful way to dispute somebody. All right? Let's put that on notice right now, Jacob. Thank you very much, okay? You're disagreeing with me, and you're asking me to explain further so that you can look for it in future games, and then you'll get back to me. You might not change your opinion, but you've heard what I've said. You've acknowledged it. You're going to put it to the test now, and you're going to get back to me and see what you find. Like, metaphoric hats off to you right there. That is how sports debates should be done, all right? Unless we're just smack talking. If we're smack talking, I mean, that's just funny, right? So what are the positives of a guy like Holl? Well, first of all, he's not usually caught out of position, right? You won't really see him down behind the net in the opposing zone when there's a 2-on-1 coming the other way, you know? Now, they don't really use him for that, and I understand that, but still, like, that's the point, is if you're not being used for that, you can still get drawn into that if you're a bad defenseman, right? If you're a bad defenseman, you get sucked in by the puck or the play or whatever, and you allow yourself to be pulled out of position. Holl doesn't really do that a lot, right? Other defensemen on the Leafs are much worse at this, right? So that's pretty good of him. He does things like usually playing the puck to a responsible area when there's a mad scramble in front of the net. If he's getting that puck, it's probably going to go to the corner, right? Where it's nice and safe. He's not going to try and chuck it up the middle or stick handle his way out of the situation. He's not going to take risks like that. He plays very responsibly. Pardon me. So like, that's what I'm saying. These are the small little things that you're never going to see on a highlight reel. Because players of his, of NHL's caliber are supposed to just be able to do this stuff. But surprisingly, a lot still struggle with it. You know what I mean? Not a majority or nothing, but bad defensemen struggle with this stuff. They struggle with puck watching, right? Holl will actually tie up a stick a lot of times, right? He'll tie them up. He'll get his bum up against them or his shoulder up against them, something to just start messing with them. He doesn't usually just stand there and allow guys to go unchecked unless his attention is being pulled in multiple directions. Unfortunately, like earlier tonight, I think it was the first goal against, Holl had a choice to make. It was a kind of a 2-on-1 situation, man out front, like wide open. Not a 2-on-1, but like it was a mad scramble or whatever. And he's got the guy over closer to the post and a guy wide open in front of the net that now is completely wide open. He got let slip through the cracks. So it's not his fault that the guy's there, but now he's got a decision to make. And he did what all the NHL defensemen these days do. They slide towards the passer to try and cut off the angle in which he can pass, which in this case wasn't even a bad decision because it's such a sharp angle. The net kind of takes away some of that possible angle for you. So he didn't even really make that bad of a decision, but it goes out to the open guy. Holl's the guy closest to the net. The cameras will zoom in on him, or the fans will see him there and think, oh, if they want to stick up for Campbell, which people right there would already blame Campbell, that, oh, he didn't stretch across fast enough. Whatever, shut up. You know what I mean? But the next set of people are like, well, now it's Holl because he's the next closest. And sometimes that's true, but sometimes it's not. And in this case, I really don't think it was. So maybe just watch out for stuff like that, Jacob. You know what I'm saying? The players, there's a bond happening there. It looks exciting to me. I don't remember the Dallas call like a fighting... What? What? One of your favorite things you've heard. I don't remember what you're talking about, dude. Now I'm confused. I'm that confused Leafs fan. I'm that confused Leafs fan. All right? You threw me off with that one. I don't even know what to say. But yeah. Woo! Great news, Cobra, says Leslie. Yeah, you guys are looking pretty nice with those Maple Leafs beside your names. Leslie's got that gold one, too. Dang. Dang, you know? Well, I'll tell you what. I think I wrapped it about up there. I don't think I have much else to say. Looks like we covered everything that you guys want to say about the game in the chat. Join me for the back-to-back Monday, Tuesday. Okay, it's going to be nuts. 2 Florida teams back-to-back. It's going to be absolutely insane. Thanks for all the love and support in the chat and the subscriptions and everything else like that. If you missed a lot of this, you can watch the whole unedited thing right here on Twitch. It just gets recorded for 2 weeks. And if you want to see just like half and half, I usually split it up into 2 pieces. Check out whatever else right? Go check that out on YouTube as well, and that's a free subscription. So, thanks. So, real quick, Jacob wants to say, I think Hall found his niche on the team. He and Muzz were excellent last year, one of the top shutdown pairs in the league. That's the reason I have been critical of Hall this year. Not because of media or the something spewed, but just because I've never noticed a lower level of play. Fair point. Fair point. Okay, I'm not even going to argue that. I'm just going to let you sit on that. You get to have last say on that, okay, for sticking around and getting that thought in there, all right? Thank you so much, and we'll discuss that another time, okay, Jacob? All right, everybody, good night.